With that, we are live captioning our meetings. Please look in the chat window of our WebEx meeting where you will find a link. Please click on that link to open a web page with the live captioning. With that, I'd also want to recognize and celebrate some key moments that have been noted in the Maricopa. One, congratulations to Mesa Community College Journalism and New Media Studies Program Director Nadine Arroyo Rodriguez, co-chaired the Journalism and Women Symposium, or JAWS, conference and mentoring program camp, September 9 through 11 in Austin, Texas. So let's give her a round of applause. Congratulations to Dr. Ray Rivera and his team at EMCC on hosting the Arizona Hispanic Serving Institutions Summit. The inaugural event took place on October 7 at the main EMCC campus in Avondale. Registration filled nearly 30 days before the event took place. Congratulations. Sounds great. Apparently, the in-person conference welcomed over 250 faculty, staff, administrators, students, and community partners. That's quite a room full. It showcased and exchanged evidence-based practices that effectively and intentionally support Latinx students and build capacity among faculty and staff to teach and lead at Hispanic serving institutions. Next, Carrie Binchel, Director of Research at GCC, has had his math-inspired art piece selected for the Schemmer Art Center's Geometric Repetitions exhibition. The event features pieces that demonstrate the various geometric patterns that occur in math, science, textiles, nature, and everyday life. That's a wonderful place to showcase your work. Is the gentleman here with us? No? Well, congratulations to Mr. Mitchell, and any of you who have an opportunity to go to the Schemmer Art Museum, I think that'd be worthwhile to see. Maybe we could have a picture of it someday. Yeah, wouldn't that be great? And then the board would like to thank Dr. Janet Ortega for her service as interim president of SMCC. She assumed the interim role on August 12th, 2022, after the retirement of Dr. Sherry Olson. Dr. Richard Danielle will assume his role as college president of SMCC on Monday, November 7, 2022. So you have to keep your finger on this red button. I've heard that in some instances that could be dangerous to put your finger on a red button, but here it works. Anyway, with that, congratulations to all of you whose achievements we've acknowledged this evening. With that, at this time, I want to call to order the regular meeting of the Maricopa County Community College District Governing Board for October 25, 2022. And for the record, I will call the roll of board members, starting with our student trustee, Mr. Lynn Burnett. Are you present?
Here.
Thank you. Miss Susan Bittersmith. Here. Thank you. Miss Jean McGrath.
Present.
Thank you. Dr. Tom Narini.
Present.
Ms. Jacqueline Smith.
Present.
Dr. Linda Thor.
Present.
Ms. Kathleen Wynn.
Present.
Thank you. With my presence, we have all 7 board members and our student trustee present for this evening. I'd also like to welcome Ms. Donna Davis. She will be one of our incoming board members who will be taking Ms. McGrath's place in January. Welcome, Ms. Davis. Would you like to stand? Thank you for joining us. Now, Pledge of Allegiance, and Dr. Narini, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Under
God,
God.
indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
We do have substitutions for this evening's attendance. One would be Ms. Janelle Elias for Dr. Kate Smith at Rio Salado, Matt Reeves for Dr. Mark Cohen, Information Technology, and Dr. Frank Wilson for Dr. Georgetta Kelly, Human Resources. They are apparently all traveling to conferences and will be with us next month, which brings me to we'll all be at conferences a lot this next month. 5 of us leave tomorrow for New York. With that, we now have a report from our Faculty Executive Council, Dr. Camille Newton. Good evening. Glad to see you.
Do I have to press the button? I do. have
Yeah,
to press
it's
the
a
button.
pain. Sorry.
Righty.
Technology.
It's all good. Good evening, President Sullivan, governing board members, Chancellor Gonzalez, colleagues, guests, and in particular to Glendale's new interim president, Dr. Ernie Lara. Where are you? Dr. Lara. The faculty appreciate your service and we look forward to working with you. Tonight, I would like to take the opportunity to discuss the vital topic of enrollment and retention. We are all aware of the challenges we face with respect to bringing students back after the pandemic. Our colleges and district have been working on efforts designed to recruit and support students, and the work has appropriately focused resources and prioritized efforts in the offices of enrollment services, advising, and marketing. However, these offices are not alone in their efforts. In addition to offering instructional excellence and quality curriculum in the classroom, faculty are working to support enrollment through outreach and retention efforts on campus and with community partners in many disciplines and programs. Through outreach, faculty help to introduce students to the opportunities that are available to them in the Maricopa community colleges. For example, this fall at Paradise Valley, faculty in the fine and performing arts, music, dance, and theater are actively recruiting through work at their local high schools. PVCC music faculty are visiting feeder high school music programs weekly. Theater faculty are inviting high school students to college events such as the first annual PVCC Theater Day. And faculty are jointly hosting performances and competitions such as the quarterfinals of Alice Cooper's Proof is in the Pudding music and dance competition. Additionally, PVCC faculty are working with their community partners to attract potential students to healthcare programs. This September, nursing faculty and members of the PVCC Student Nurses Association represented PVCC at the Mayo Clinic School of Health Sciences Career Fair for high school students. Those nursing students collaborated with the Mayo educators to demonstrate nursing skills, answer questions, and provide brochures for EMT, paramedicine, CNA, and registered nurse programs for the estimated 500 high school attendees. We know that enrollment efforts should not only focus on recruiting new students, but should also work to support student retention, which aligns to our goals of increasing student completion and success. Faculty across Maricopa employ unique strategies to support student retention and completion both in and out of the classroom. At Scottsdale, service learning coordinators offer what's called the SCC Social Cause Connection. This new event has been designed to connect students to what they're learning in the classroom, to their peers across disciplines, to social issues that impact our communities, and to ways that they can get involved. In the fall 22 debut of that program, hundreds of students attended the event. Nearly every single student volunteered to participate in one of SEC's on-site service learning sessions, where, for example, they could pack seeds to fight hunger, write letters to isolated senior citizens, or learn how to dispose of waste. The only suggestion for improvement was that students want more, as the sessions became standing room only events. SCC service learning coordinators intend to oblige. At Mesa, biology faculty have piloted 2 new support programs to support retention. In spring 21, biology faculty added embedded peer tutors to 3 key bio classes. The embedded tutors offer tailored support options to students, such as extended office hours and weekly discussion boards with recorded videos about the tough topic of the week. In fall 22, they developed biology boot camps for 181 and 201 students. Faculty acted on data that revealed students struggle with basic time management skills, poor study techniques, and high levels of anxiety. The goal of the biology boot camps is to focus on these topics to support student persistence and success. Finally, at Estrella Mountain, faculty are engaging in research to ask students what they need in order to succeed, and then to align those responses to interventions. Over 1,000 students have been surveyed, and over 50 students have participated in focus groups. Those are conducted by Estrella's Student Engagement Research Team. The results have led to a current phase for an MCLI Horizon Grant, which is funding interventions that focus on increasing engagement, increasing the sense of belonging, and supporting more effective dissemination of campus resource information for all students. While tonight I have focused on specific colleges and programs, faculty across all of our colleges contribute to similar efforts. Faculty show their commitment to the promise of education every day through their work in and out of the classroom. We're proud to be partners in the work to support enrollment and retention for the sake of students, our institution, and communities. Thank you for your time, and because it's the end of October, we've brought treats. Happy Halloween.
Thank you.
It should be coming.
Thank you. I saw some Skittles in there. I read an article that said the most popular candy, Halloween candy in Arizona is Skittles. I know, it was interesting. So that was a serious article. There is no Adjunct Faculty Association report this evening. We do have a staff representation update, Ms. Manger and Mr. Duvall. Mr. Duvall? No, Ms. Manger.
Not tonight. President Sullivan, Chancellor Gonzalez, board members, presidents, welcome back, Dr. Laura, and guest. My name is Kelvin Duvall. I'm co-president of staff representation. Next slide, please. Or a slide. So I wanted to highlight some affinity resource group events going on. So next month, as many of you know, is Veterans Day, and MVET, which is the Maricopa Veterans Education Task Force, made up of veteran employees throughout Maricopa, have several things going on. MVET will be partnering with American Legion Post 41 as Post 41 hosts the John S. McCain Jr. ROTC Leadership Competition. MVET has 15 volunteers. Those are employee veterans going to help judge the competition. We also will be a sponsor, as we have 20 high schools from around Arizona coming to Post 41 to compete in this competition. Special thanks to Chancellor Gonzalez as well. Also on November 2nd, MVET will be hosting a Veteran Appreciation Barbecue at Phoenix College. We are being catered by a veteran-owned barbecue company who is also a student veteran at Glendale Community College. This will also kick off the MVET Challenge, which is a month-long competition throughout all the colleges and district office. Each college gets various points for having new members. There's a scavenger hunt and other various activities. And at the very end, whatever college has the most points wins the MVET Jolly Roger flag, and they get to fly it at their campus. And then we end the year, MVET does, with the end of year celebration, which we invite veterans and supporters to the end of year celebration during the Army versus Navy game, where we also hand out the John McCain Community Engagement Award for the year. Next slide. We also want to point out, we had classification and compensation town halls this month. They were very successful, again, communicating all the changes that have been coming out through the project. Staff, for the first time in a long time, feel there's actually progress being made here. We want to thank the Class and Comp project team and the collaboration going on with the Compensation Advisory Committee, District HR, staff representation, the Advisory Budget Committee. All these teams have done a lot of hard work to really make a difference and put us on the right path. And I think staff finally feel that from all the feedback we get. So a huge thank you to those teams. Next slide. Meet your representatives from Scottsdale Community College. We have Yvonne Lawrence, Isaiah Pierce. Next slide. Beverly Bullock, Mary Gurriel, and David Thompson. Next slide. And we'd like just to say thank you to the board and everyone. We've had a lot of good work done this year, and we look forward to finishing the year strong. And we appreciate everyone's support. Thank you.
Thank you for your time this evening. We now have student life support. Did I say that? Student life. It's really different being in person than just at home doing this virtually. Student life reports from Scottsdale Community College, and Dr. Genesis Toole, Dean of Student Life, will be introducing the presentation and the students. So please.
We're from Glendale, though. Am I at the right spot?
Well,
Glendale?
it could be that I'm reading
Okay.
a wrong script.
I just
So
wanna
if
make
you're,
sure.
you said Glendale, and when you were walking up, I was thinking,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. We're from
All right,
Glendale.
let's go Glendale.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure we weren't skipping line over here. Good evening, President Sullivan, members of the governing board, Chancellor Gonzalez, Dr. Lara, and the college presidents, students, staff. Am I supposed to hit a button? Because I can hear, right? Okay, just whew, I thought button, supposed to hit a button. Okay, students, staff, faculty, and all of our guests. My name is Dr. Genesis Toole. I'm the Dean of Student Life at Glendale Community College, and I'm so thrilled to present a brand new program that GCC is offering to really support our students. And we're able to do this with HERF funding. And so you have a wonderful presentation from our current students, alumni, and staff to talk about how we are connecting and supporting and helping our students achieve their goals.
Hello, my name is Abriana Otot.
And I'm Christian Peter Loera. As the two student service specialists, we are privileged to share how our program began.
In 2015, the Excel program debuted at GCC and EMCC with the goal of providing roughly 100 students a year with individualized, holistic support and guidance throughout their educational journey. Although Excel shifted to a different focus in 2022, the final evaluation of the program found that Excel scholars exhibited better educational outcomes in regards to GPA, degree completion, and transfer rates compared to non-Excel students. According to student interviews, peer mentors were identified as a critical component to their success in college. We knew we wanted to continue the Excel program's legacy to provide peer-to-peer support and extend the opportunity to our whole student body, something that is not done anywhere else on our campus. Next slide, please.
Oh, actually, we are on the right slide for the pillars. Thanks to her funds, we were able to launch the Peer Success Coach program at GCC in the spring of 2022. We launched it atop of the 3 pillars of support: connect to engage, refer to retain, and coach to achieve. Through the Mentor Collective platform, students sign up and are paired with a peer success coach based on the factors that they find most important themselves. These factors include things like age, race, background, and field of interest. Thanks to these qualities, coaches are able to invest in their student success and serve as a person ready to inspire, listen, and help navigate challenges. Next slide, please.
Hello, my name is Corinne Cruz, one of the lead peer success coaches, here to highlight our program's current data. Each coach is actively engaged with their mentees throughout the semester through one-on-one meetings, text messages, and emails. A variety of topics are discussed, including academics, staying balanced, and many other subjects. Next slide. Currently, 797 conversations have been logged by our coaches, with 4,536 peer-to-peer text messages sent since August. Next slide, please. A feature of our program is identifying flags, which are concerns raised by students and reported by coaches for additional support from campus services and leadership. 55 flags have been identified with topics such as academic struggles, mental health concerns, housing and food insecurity, and financial concerns, as well as an option for other. Next slide, please. Resources are shared to connect students with the help they need, and the program coordinator follows up as needed. We also host events to engage our students in our community, and we offer workshops that build valuable skills. My fellow coaches will speak more about these workshops and events.
Next slide, please. Oh, I thought I had to press a button. Oh, well, praise the Lord. All right. Well, hello, my name is Warvis Gilmore Jr. I'm one of the lead peer success coaches. And at the beginning of the semester, I had the honor of coordinating the Connect with Coaches for Success event. The purpose of this event was to foster a sense of community between the first year students, returning students, and the peer success coaches by playing against us and other students in a variety of board games. While this event focused on welcoming students to our campus, our next event aimed at making sure students felt like they truly belong.
Hello, everyone. My name is Danila Collin, one of the peer success coaches. I coordinated our event, You Belong Here, transitioning into higher education, focusing on the challenges of entering in higher education. We featured a student panel that addressed overcoming imposter syndrome, finding resources to each the college transition, and establishing communities and support systems. Student attendees left our workshop with a stronger sense of belonging and were encouraged to attend our next workshop, which focused on providing students with a new set of skills to succeed in the classroom.
Hello, my name is John Matthew Garcia, one of the lead peer success coaches of the program. I coordinated our event, Gone in a Flash, Time Management and Resiliency. The purpose of this workshop was to provide students with time management techniques and tools while offering guidance and strategies to help develop and improve their resilience. Our workshops are open to all GCC students. While we still have events planned for the future, we have already had 100 students attend our workshops and events so far. Next slide, please.
Hello, I'm Luis Fragoso, the program coordinator. We conducted a soft launch of our program during spring and summer 2022, where 114 students connected with our coaches. 81% of those students persisted and are enrolled in fall. Next slide, please. For our full launch beginning this 2022-23 academic year, our initial goal was to match a total of 500 students with a peer coach. Fortunately, we have had a lot of interest and participation in this program and have already matched and are supporting over 371 students. We plan to exceed our original goal of 500 student matches in the fall 2022 semester alone, with a goal of recruiting 250 more additional students this upcoming spring. Next slide, please. Cross-program data analysis for Mentor Collective has found that mentees and mentorships with 3 or more conversations are significantly more likely to be retained than non-mentored students. Next slide, please. We currently have 112 students that have spoken and or met with a coach 3 or more times this fall. We know making sure our students feel connected and supported is crucial to their success. And we are looking forward to seeing how these mentorships support efforts to increase overall rates of sense of belonging, retention, and completion. Next slide, please. We sincerely cannot do everything that we do without all of you. We thank you and our Student Leadership Director, Connie Greenwell, for this opportunity to present to you this evening. I also want to recognize our coaches in attendance that did not speak today. We will gladly answer any questions that you may have.
You should be really proud of your program. Your statistics are quite impressive.
Thank you.
People are nodding. Mr. Burnett, are you acquainted with what they're doing on their campus?
Somewhat. I'd just be curious what the percentage is. That last page said 112 students currently being mentored.
No, those are 112 students that we have logged 3 or more conversations with.
3 or more conversations. And
Correct.
over 300 currently being mentored.
Correct. We're over 375 right now.
Out of how many students at GCC?
I don't have that number.
President here? 10,000? So we got room.
Definitely, yeah. There's room for growth.
Yeah, well, that's a good thing. That's not a bad, I'm not condemning.
Definitely.
I'm saying that's a good thing. It's a fledgling program that just started in the spring. You just launched it in the spring and now you're at 300 and your goal is to obviously climb that number.
Yes.
More mentors necessary
Yes.
to increase the number of mentees, right?
Yes, that is correct.
That's good. I'm very proud of you. That's great.
Thank you very much.
I believe we're all really proud and hope that maybe it's a replicable program. And I sincerely apologize for saying Scottsdale. This is what happens when you read words sometimes that, yeah, yeah. I consider myself God.
So thank you again for your time. Due to midterms, we asked to be excused for the remainder of this meeting. So
Oh,
thank you
absolutely.
again.
Go forth. But thank you very much. I think we're all impressed.
Thank you. Have a
Good
good
job.
night.
Next on our agenda are emeritus awards and recognition. There are none this evening, so we'll move to the chancellor report. Not interim chancellor, but chancellor.
Thank you. Just kidding, President Sullivan.
I know, we couldn't let it go. Yeah.
Good evening, President Sullivan, members of the board, CEC, and guests that are with us. Thank you, students, for an excellent presentation, and please keep up the good work. We're also very proud of the work that they're doing. I've got two reports this evening. One report will be the foundation, and then the other report is to acknowledge a group of employees that are with us this evening who are part of a very special program inside Maricopa. It is the Linda B. Rosenthal Women's Mentor Program. The Linda B. Rosenthal Women Mentors Program, provides the opportunity for the Maricopa women to focus on individual learning goals and professional opportunities within the Maricopa County Community College District. MCCCD encourages employees to prepare for and seek professional growth opportunities. This year, there are 34 mentees participating in the program, representing 9 of the 10 campuses and district offices as follows. Chandler Gilbert has 2, Estrella Mountain has 4, Glendale has 3, Gateway has 10, Mesa has 3, Phoenix College has 4, Paradise Valley has 1, Rio has 2, and Scottsdale has 5. Participants have diverse backgrounds, education, and represent all areas of the organization. The Women's Mentor Program has graduated more than 550 women through 2018-19. That's actually increased over the last couple of years. The Women's Mentor Program is led by Dr. Kathleen Hernandez, Dr. Heather Cruzy. I don't know if I saw her back there, but if you'd stand and be recognized, Dr. Cruzy, and you as well, Dr. Hernandez, and Miss Christina Scott. Is she here this evening? They are also supported by 8 dedicated and committed MCCCD women leaders. If any of those leaders are here this evening, please stand and also be recognized. No? Okay, we're going to continue to move on. And tonight we are joined by the mentees, and I'd like to recognize them before our board this evening and our public and the rest of our employees. If all of the mentees of the Women's Mentorship Mentor Program would please stand and be recognized. Thank you, and congratulations to each and every one of you for participating in this wonderful program. I have participated as a mentor in the past. I have seen several of the mentees that I've had now be in very different positions than they are today. So we have high expectations for you. I believe I'm scheduled to come and speak to you in December, and I'm looking forward to that. So thank you for being here this evening. Next, I'm going to invite Mr. Brian Spicker, who is our president and CEO of the foundation, to deliver a presentation. His board chair is also here this evening. Stephanie, if you'd please raise your hand and be recognized. We welcome you as well. Thank you, Stephanie. And I'm going to turn it over to Brian.
Thank you, Chancellor. It's an honor and privilege to be here today. President Sullivan, governing board members, CEC, and our other board members that are here. We've got Dr. Greg Peterson, Dr. Ray Rivera, governing board member Bittersmith, governing board member Narini, and Dr. Kate Smith is also on our board with the Chancellor. So thank you for your service. I'm just going to give you some highlights around this past year as we closed out our fiscal 2022 year. I want you to understand that this is really a collaboration. It's a collaboration of the colleges, the foundation, and the district and faculty that make what you see today happen. And we're fortunate with the incredible work that happens every day in the colleges. It really drives the philanthropic story, which really benefits our students. So what I'm going to highlight on this slide very quickly are some of the things we're moving towards this next year. We really are working to scale Maricopa Promise programs. Mesa came out quickly with a wonderful Promise program. It's a model. The city of Phoenix just granted $5 million for a Promise program, and we're working with Tempe and a variety of other cities. What's important to note is this is really an important step for cities to actually invest in post-secondary education and certifications. They see the value of the economic flywheel that this system creates in our community. The other piece is the transformational gifts that we've been involved with. And I list a few of the transformational gifts that are really about scaling the great work that's happening, whether it's in diversity, equity, and inclusion, advancing entrepreneurship, or scaling our incredible excellence program across the system. Our grants, we've really saw an increase. Last fiscal year 21, we had 3.1 million in grants. This past fiscal year saw 4.5 million come in grants. And so it's really about capturing the community's imagination, our corporate partners and foundations that make up Arizona around the great work that's happening every day in our system. The next slide is a good news slide. It's a revenue comparison between goal versus actual. And so the purple bar is the goal and the green bar is actual for 3 fiscal years, FY20, 21, and 22. And you see in FY20 the impacts that COVID had as it emerged in the last half of that year. We did not make our goal, but we doubled down. We learned from that moment in time. And in fiscal year 21, we set a goal greater than what we achieved in 20 and then exceeded that with a revenue of 6.1 million. We then set a goal of 6.3 million, and I'm happy to say in fiscal 22-22, we exceeded that with a 113% increase to 13.8 million. The goal, there's one piece of that, 13.7 million, that's really important, and that is a planned gift. It was a very large legacy gift. So what the foundation's trying to do with its college partners, the resource development officers, and our president, is to increase our base and let those legacy gifts be icing on the cake for us. And so we set a goal of 7.2 million as our base in fundraising for fiscal year 22-23. The next slide, really, this is the output. This is what it's all about, the next 2 slides. This is the scholarships. And you can see that you have 2 fiscal years there, the number of applications, 9,151 in 21, almost 9,500 in 22. And we awarded close to 3 million. That's the high watermark. We've never provided that much in scholarships. And the average award amount reached $706 per student. So it's important to note that the foundation, with the collaboration of the district and colleges, implemented NextGen, which is a new scholarship system. It's a new platform, which really made it easier for students to apply. And we're seeing this fall, just this fall alone, 10,971 applications. So the demand is there. We've got to increase the supply of philanthropy to support those students, and that's our goal. The next slide shares with you the emergency student supports. And you can see this was new for the foundation. What COVID taught us, I think the year before COVID emerged, we did about $11,000 in student supports. COVID hit, we knew we needed to pivot. And last year, the 2021, we had 438,000 in awards. This year, we had 475,000. The challenge here is with COVID now in a more stable, it's really about continuing to capture the imagination of our community to support our students with emergency funds. And we've got to figure out a way to do that so we keep increasing these student supports. The last slide is what the foundation is doing to support colleges and the district. And the purple are program supports. So those are supports for equipment, material supports. It could be curriculum, faculty, et cetera. And then the green are scholarships, and then the total. And so you can see the contribution the foundation is making back to the district and colleges. This past year was over almost 5.7 million. And so we expect to see this growth mindset across the system, across our colleges over this year and many years to follow. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to your board president.
Any questions?
Normally in a work session we would, but don't go away because it's very possible that someone would have a question for you. But first I'm going to ask Mrs. McGrath and Ms. Nguyen, you're in the ether here. So do you have any comments or questions?
No, I think that the foundation is doing a wonderful job.
Thank you, Mrs. McGrath. Ms. Nguyen?
I echo that, and I'm so thrilled to see that we have so many applicants because that tells me that enrollment can go up if we can fund those scholarships. So congratulations to the board of the foundation and to Brian Spicker. He's done an exceptional job. Very thrilled. Thank you.
Thank you. And Ms. Bittersmith and Dr. Narini, since you serve on the board, any comments, Ms. Bittersmith?
Just stay tuned. There's more activities coming.
Whoa, that sounds exciting.
No, from the student point, they're very welcome to the scholarships, and they're very helpful to keep the students enrolled. So thanks again for all the work.
Anyone else?
And it's not too late to donate, right? If they want to go ahead.
Well, that's coming. Be a Student's Hero is March 24th, and that's a district-wide day of giving. And we want to double what we did last year. So
What did we do last year?
160.
Over 300 this coming year.
Well,
then.
that's Spicker's goal. The actual system said 200,000, but we're going to get there.
The work you're doing is really impressive, and I think the need for philanthropy as a partner is critical. We can't use philanthropy to replace what we need in general monies, but they certainly can augment what we do. So thank you again. Thank you for your leadership, Stephan. Thank you, board members, for your contribution to the committee and your contributions. Okay.
President Sullivan, that concludes my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. And to those of you who are Linda B. Rosenthal mentees and mentors, I knew Linda pretty well, and she was a pistol. But Dr. Thor, I think you knew her really well too. Big. She could probably be no more proud of you than anyone else to know that you're striving and being healthy in your work and all of those good things. I can just see her being really proud and sitting here stoically. Just, can you imagine that? Looking at you and just saying, go girls, go women, doing all that. I happen to sit in the board position she had representing the district, and I think of her often when I do that, but she expects you to go get it. So go do it. Congrats to all of you. Since interim, I have two people who would like to speak with us this evening. I want to just remind everyone that this is an opportunity for the public to address the governing board, and in compliance with open meeting laws, the governing board will neither discuss nor take action on issues raised during this portion of the agenda. We expect a quorum during this time, and we offer our presenters 3 minutes each to talk with the board. I'd like to call Murray Inman to the board representing Ability Maricopa. Welcome, Mr. Inman.
Thank you. President Sullivan, members of the board, Dr. Gonzalez, members of the CEC, students, and our guests. My name is Murray Inman, and I am the president of Ability Maricopa. Ability Maricopa is the official affinity resource group for employees with disabilities and allies within Maricopa. We wanted to address you tonight to share our group achievement highlights for the past year and our priorities for the coming year. And due to the limited time, we prepared a summary for you. Hopefully you got that on your table of some of our activities. But I wanted to highlight 2 key priorities that we want to emphasize for this coming year. And with encouragement from Dr. Gonzalez, Ability Maricopa reached out to Dr. Kelly's office, and we'll be working with their teams to, one, develop a clear and easy to discover resources for the ADA accommodation process and for employees and for potential employees. And 2, research ways to improve the recruitment of people with disabilities and to make our application and hiring systems more accessible. October is the Department of Labor's National Disability Employment Awareness Month, or NDEAM. Almost 14% of the population of Arizona have 1 or more disabilities. From personal and observed experience, hiring a person with disability really helps to open minds and hearts to experiences that very often are very different from our own. I have seen it fundamentally change for the better how people plan, make decisions as they begin to ask themselves how something would work for our coworkers with disabilities. It is really a beautiful and a hopeful experience. We at Ability Maricopa advocate for all within our Maricopa family to think on this and consider what you can do to recruit and support people with disabilities. Ability Maricopa stands by to be a resource to answer questions and brainstorm solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Inman. Next for Citizens Interim is Ms. Lejeune Pleasant. Ms. Pleasant.
Good evening, Governing Board members, Madam President, Chancellor Gonzalez, CEC family, and friends. My name is LaJuan Pleasant, for clarification, and I stand before you once again with my concern regarding the truth, transparency, and accountability as it relates to the Maricopa Community College's Chancellor and the Governing Board in reference to the EEO complaints. This is stemming from my immediate termination when I filed my complaint of retaliation with the EEO office on February the 7th, 2019, and was abruptly terminated on February the 21st of the same year within less than 3 weeks with no investigation. So all I'm going to do is just give you what I have on my heart and to share with you all. You don't have to be Christians, but I do want you to know this is what has been on my heart. I could read from you from King James Version, Psalms 37. Fret not myself because of evildoers, neither be thou envious against the workers of iniquity, for they shall soon be cut down like the grass and wither as a green herb. Trust in the Lord and do good, so shalt thou dwell in the land, and verily thou shalt be fed. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give the desires of thine heart. Commit thy way unto the Lord, trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. And he shall bring forth thy righteousness as the light, and thy judgment as the noonday. Rest in the Lord and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospereth in his way, because of the man who bringeth wicked devices to pass. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself in wise to do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off, but those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. Yet for a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. But the meek shall inherit the earth and shall delight themselves in the abundance of peace. The wicked plotteth against the just and gnash upon him with his teeth. The Lord shall laugh at him, and he shall see that his day is coming. The wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy, and to slay such as be of upright conversation. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bowels shall be broken. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. For the arms of the wicked shall be broken, and the Lord upholdeth the righteous. The Lord knoweth the days of the upright, and their inheritance shall be forever. And we will not be ashamed in the evil time. In the days of famine they shall be satisfied. And I think that's my 3 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. And I apologize for mispronouncing your first name. I'll remember next time. Thank you. As we move on, we're now going to consider the consent agenda items. All items under this section of the agenda are consent matters unless they are removed from the consent agenda at this time. Do any board members or the chancellor wish to remove any items from the consent agenda? Anyone physically present before I ask Mrs. McGrath and Ms. Nguyen? No issues. Mrs. McGrath and Ms. Nguyen, do you have an interest to remove anything from the consent agenda?
Thank you, no.
Thank you.
I'm fine. Thank you, no.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. All those in favor of approving the consent agenda as presented, please vote by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Being none, by a vote of 7-0, with the student trustee voting aye also, the consent agenda is approved. Moving on to the approval of our non-consent action item for this evening, which is approval of the 2023 state legislative agenda and 2023 federal policy and budgetary agenda. Is there a motion to approve those items?
President Sullivan, I would so move.
Thank you, Ms. Bittersmith. Is there a second?
Second. This is Mrs. Nguyen.
Thank you. Is there any discussion on the motion?
President Sullivan, just
Yes,
a
please.
comment. I wanted to thank the board members who participated in providing input and guidance to this document, and especially to Darcy and her team for responding to that.
Thank you, Ms. Bittersmith. Any other discussion? Being none, all those in favor, please vote by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? On a vote of 7-0 with the student trustee also voting aye, the motion passes. We're now moving to our employment and separations item. Are there any questions on that item on the agenda? Being none, our next is the monitoring report for the budget analysis report on Fund 1. Is there any discussion? Being none, we're now going to move to our community reports from the board members. Mrs. McGrath, I'm going to start with you.
I have nothing special to report tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Nguyen?
I just want to acknowledge that I heard a lot of positive things tonight in the meetings and the presentations, and I think that's a great direction for our new chancellor, and I'm encouraged by what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. So I hope this is a momentum going forward, and other than that, I have no report. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Nguyen. Ms. Bittersmith?
Thank you, President Sullivan. Just a couple of quick things. One, I want to mention I had the privilege last week of attending a session held by the Scottsdale Chamber of Commerce. Dr. Lashinsky was a speaker, who, by the way, is wearing a lot more green, I've noticed lately. He did, not surprisingly, a great job of talking about the Community College District program and, of course, SCC to a Scottsdale audience, and they were very, very impressed. So thank you for doing that, Dr. Lashinsky. The other thing I want to mention is I am looking forward to the opportunity as we go to the ACCT conference to join President Sullivan and the Chancellor to talk about the great progress we've made in Quick Start programs and the impact it has on the economy as well as the district. So presumably none of us will bungle that, and it should be fine. And we will have an opportunity to sell all the great work that you've been doing on our behalf. That is my report.
Thank you, Ms. Bittersmith. Dr. Thor.
Thank you, President Sullivan. I have several events to comment about. On October 13th, I attended the Athena Awards luncheon where Dr. Kate Smith, president of Rio Salado, was recognized as a finalist in the public sector category. October 18th, I joined President Sullivan in a roundtable discussion with Senator Sinema at Phoenix College. And the next day, it was a busy week. October 19th, I again joined President Sullivan on a tour of Chandler Gilbert Community College's Williams campus with State Senator J.D. Mesnar. President Sullivan was able, belatedly, to present the Champion of Maricopa Award to Senator Mesnar. October 20th, I made a presentation to the American Association of University Women Northwest Valley branch on how Maricopa is developing a future-ready workforce. And that same day, I joined Ms. Bittersmith and President Sullivan at the Education Forward Arizona Awards dinner. Education Forward Arizona is the employer of our new board member, Donna Davis. And finally, I also look forward to joining most of the board members at the Association of Community College Trustees Leadership Congress in New York City beginning tomorrow.
Thank you, Dr. Thor. You've been busy. Dr. Narini?
No report.
Thank you. Ms. Smith?
I just want to say I'm also looking forward to the conference that will be starting for all of us tomorrow, and I look forward to sharing some insights. And this will be my first time representing the Maricopa Community Colleges out of state, so I'll be sure to do you all proud. Thank you.
No doubt. Mr. Burnett?
Just a quick note. I was not as busy as most of the board members because I'm still in school, but I did attend the leadership conference that was put on by Maricopa County districts, colleges, and it was extremely enlightening. I believe there were 8 out of the 10, maybe 9 out of the 10 colleges represented. And it was up a 3-day leadership conference with students and faculty put on by Student Life. And it was, and also Coconino County, I think, attended as well. But fantastic time with a lot of young students that reinvigorated my belief that we have a great group of young people who are aspiring, because sometimes we can lose that. We kind of feel like, well, I do because I have kids. So I lost faith in that generation when I looked at my own kids. But going back to school, it's been a blessing for me because I get around these young people and I realize that they're ambitious. Some of them are in this room right now that were there that weekend, and there were probably 180 to 190 students there from 9 different colleges. And I guess the one report I just want to say is this: they showed up very concerned. Some of them new for the first time. Some of them first-year students, not sure whether they should have brought their sleeping bags, camping trip, not even sure they wanted to be there. And they left there, and I can tell you it's continuing. The communication between the students, I'm on a lot of the student chats with the different colleges with students that were there that developed relationships, but they left there with a sense of, I'm important and I can make a difference, and I can step out and not just be an attendee, but be a leader. There was a lot of growth and development that happened over that 3-day weekend. And I think it's something that the colleges should continue to do because it grows leaders. It takes people from being in a position of sitting on the bench to wanting to be in the game. And that's what we need with young leadership. That's where all of you were 20 years ago. A lot of you were 20 years ago. We're just kind of starting off thinking, what impact am I going to make? And look at you now. And so that generation needs things like that. So it was a very worthwhile experience for me to attend that. So that's all.
Thank you, Mr. Burnett. As far as my activity, I partnered with Dr. Thor on all of those events. Also, so tomorrow I'll be joining my colleagues who are here this evening, and Dr. Gonzalez, and I believe you're attending also, Mr. Peterson, the conference in New York. And again, we'll have the opportunity to speak out loud to many leaders about our community college system. And as we listen to all the activity that is going on in our schools, as I've toured campuses, and I have a few more to go, I think I have one on the calendar as I'm looking at Dr. Lashinsky, and would like to have more on my calendar. I'm always humbled by the tremendous work that all of you are doing and the outstanding programs that we have represented at every single campus, and how students are learning, how teachers are teaching, or faculty, I guess, you're teaching. Staff is leading and keeping us in order. It's a tremendous system. And as you go to work every day, just know that we're proud to represent you wherever we go. We'll carry that pride into New York. And we're looking to put us back on the map in big ways. And so whether that means we're going to stumble into someone's face, which you never know if you're wearing high heels, but we're intentionally attending so that we can bring the stories of Maricopa to more and more people and tell the good stories and show that innovation is really key here, and putting people to work and building their quality of life is important. So I look forward to being with all of you, and think we'll have some good eats, but we'll have some great conversations too. Thank technology this evening for doing their good job in keeping us echoless this evening. And I know it was really a struggle for you last time, but every mistake gets corrected. So it's good. You found the solution. So thank you for that. Dr. Gonzalez, I think for the good of the order, we're done. And Elza, thank you for bringing us together this evening and all of that. With that, I'm going to adjourn the meeting and say it's a delight to see you in person. Good night.